Hi, I'm Dr. Katherine Y. Brown, and welcome to today's episode of Wellness Wednesdays with Tea and Seal. Today in our virtual studio, I am excited to introduce you to Kristin Clarkson. Welcome, Kristin.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Excited to have you here. And I want to make sure that I say congratulations on your journey. You're almost complete with your doctoral degree, and that is a huge accomplishment. So we want to be the first to say congratulations on your journey. And we definitely want to hear once you're done.
Absolutely. I will be screaming it from the rooftops. So don't you fret.
Absolutely. So listen, I have the opportunity to work with you as we do work in the community as it relates to COVID-19. But for our viewers around the world, I'd like you to share your background, what you do, and just about your COVID-19 superpowers.
All right. Well, as you stated, my name is Kristin Clarkson. I currently serve as the director of the Congregational Health and Education Network, which we abbreviate and call CHIN. I came to Nashville way back in 2004 to go to college at Fisk University, and that sparked my love for health and healthcare and health services. I pursued my master's in health administration from Walden University, and that is where I am pursuing my doctorate degree in public health. And as you stated, I am almost done. I am so excited about that. But I am taking what I'm learning and applying it to my day-to-day role as the director of CHIN. So what we do in conjunction with Tennessee SEAL and many of our other community partners is utilize our network of over 100 churches in the Nashville community to help reduce health disparities among the African-American population. So during COVID, we hosted, we have a great membership. We have a very active membership in that program, in our network. And they allowed us to host vaccination pods at their churches so that we could actually reach people in the communities that they were in and kind of get past some of that misinformation, kind of overcome some of that fear of the vaccine and get over 1,000 people vaccinated at the height of the pandemic. So we are really excited about that.
Absolutely. What brought you to CHIN? Because you have a very diverse background.
I originally started working at Nashville General Hospital. So Nashville General Hospital is very connected to CHIN. And as I worked in a more patient care setting, I was looking for a way to be more in the community. I love people. I loved interfacing with our patients, but I was like, how can I specifically really find myself in a position to be out in the community, to meet the people where they're at? And who's our current advisor and the director of spiritual care here at the hospital, Reverend Lee, came and plucked me out of obscurity there. and he brought me into CHIN, and I absolutely love the work that CHIN does, and I'm sticking with it for the long haul. It was just really wonderful to have CHIN understand that the church is part of our culture. It's part of the African-American psyche. It's a great place for people to go and learn what they need. It's a pillar in the community and has been since, we started having church way back centuries ago, so it's really a great spot for people to get the information they need and get connected to the resources.
Absolutely. So, all right, so many things I want to talk to you about and so little time. So we're going to jump around some topics. Here we go. The topic is resilience. What are your thoughts on resilience in terms of the work that you've seen as it relates to COVID-19 and faith-based communities?
Resilience. Whew. Well, you needed resilience to get through this pandemic. And, let me not say that it's over, because it is not over. We're still very much in the thick of it. Sorry about that. So resilience in terms of the pandemic, in terms of what we do day to day, it's resilience of the community, and then there's personal resilience. So personal resilience is we're here, we're doing it every day. We're getting these resources. We're dealing with the politics of COVID. We're dealing with the social determinants of health. We're dealing with people and their problems that they're having every single day. And as much as we're pouring into the community and pouring into everyone else, we have to remember to pour into ourselves, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So it's taking that time to step away and reset so they can give your best self and give unto others. The resilience in the community, it's been wonderful to see how the community has banded together. It's wonderful to see how they support one another, how they support us, and how we really see those gaps and try to fill those gaps in the community with the resources that are available, with funding, with information, with access to healthcare, all of that, just to see how people were so downtrodden and so beat down, but they look to each other and look to these wonderful resources we have here in the Nashville community to come together. So,
all right, we're jumping to wellness. So what does wellness mean to you now? We're going to say after our first series of new normals, because as you say, we're dealing with the, long COVID, we're dealing with monkeypox, and there are other things that continue to evolve. But let's talk wellness.
Okay, when I think of wellness, I think of, people think of holistic care, but when I think of holistic, I tend to think of WHOLE, that wholeness. And we think of health as, the health of your body, but we also have to take care of our mind and our spirit, that emotional wellness, that comprehensive, but I'm thinking comprehensively. So when I think of wellness, that's what I think of. I encourage people to be their own advocate, seek preventative care. Why wait until you have a problem to try to address it? Get ahead of the issue, get ahead of that care and really take care of yourself day to day. And so when something like COVID comes up, you're not suffering from those comorbidities. You're not already at a state of, of wellness that's behind the bar. So I really think people have to take care of themselves day to day and do so in a holistic way.
Let's go to community. What does community mean to you? And what will it take from our community going forward to have resilience and wellness?
Community to me, it's a cultural thing. So of course, I'm an African-American woman. I grew up in an African-American household. I grew up on a military base. So we're a part of all these different communities, the female community, the African-American community, the professional community. Community is having that support. It's learning from your elders. It's turning around and raising children in better ways because you have the access, you have the education, you've gotten yourself to a point where you really can affect change. So community really is support. So you see something like COVID come along and everyone's throwing resources at it. They're giving it all they've got. And then when it's over, it goes quiet. Yeah. So what we need is that continued accountability. We need that longevity. We need these community organizations that are in the community every day doing the work to have continued access to those resources. And we just need to be able to keep those connections. We don't want it to dry up. So community is coming together. Again, I work in a faith-based organization. So we tell people, hey, you're going to Bible study and you want to affect your wellness. When everyone comes together, walk a few laps around the church parking lot together. If you're going to a barbecue, replace that one case of soda with one case of water. Just make that small change, but do it together with your community so that you're not alone. It becomes less of an insurmountable goal.
What is one, when we think about people, they say the big audacious goal, what was your huge goal that you accomplished during COVID-19 that you go back and you say, wow, we did that?
I would say, especially in terms of COVID, it was overcoming that distrust that we naturally have in the healthcare system and getting people past the hump of vaccination. So of course, when the vaccine came out, there was a lot of political conversations, there were a lot of cultural conversations, and there was a lot of fear. So the fact that we were able to work with other community organizations and provide culturally competent care and information that really targeted and addressed the issues that face the Black and Brown communities so that they felt empowered and educated to make that decision to get vaccinated, that was a major goal for us. So being able to do that made me so happy, and just to keep our people healthy so that we didn't suffer from the worst outcomes like we do with everything else in healthcare.
Absolutely. I love that response. So today is September 28th, 2022. And I like to say that from time to time on Wellness Wednesdays, because this is a stamp in time.
Yes, indeed.
What does the future look like for you? And I mean, I want you to think about the broad level or even upcoming events, but what is the future of CHIN, but also what's the future of Kristin Clarkson?
Okay, we'll start with CHIN. So the future of CHIN, we are continuing to push out into the community. We are hiring more people, more community health workers to get out into these churches and to really deliver care that they need. No two churches are the same. So you may have a church that's got an older congregation and they need more information on health insurance or Medicare or just access to services. And you have some churches that have a huge youth ministry and they're looking for more educational resources. So we're going out and providing them with what they need, connecting them to these resources that are there. So CHIN is continuing to help with the issue of job loss that came with COVID. And we're providing rent and mortgage assistance via some of our partners. So we've to date provided over $200,000 of rent and mortgage assistance for our congregants. So we're moving forward, and thank you, and just making sure that we can continue to provide them the services that they need. For me, I am continuing on my PhD journey. I am in the writing stage and trying to keep my sanity as far as that's concerned. And also, I just celebrated a birthday this past weekend, so I'm still enjoying and celebrating, Me too. Thank you. Blessed to see another year, and I am pushing forward and just taking the steps to hit my own goals while also hitting the goals for our organization.
Absolutely. Now tell our viewers how they can get in contact with you, email, websites, whatever you have, social media pages. I want to hear all about it.
Yes, ma'am. Well, in order to reach us here at CHIN, we do have a website, which is www.chinnashville.com. You can also follow us on Facebook at CHIN Nashville, Instagram and Twitter, all at CHIN Nashville. And all of those, you hit a contact button, they all come to me. So if you want to reach me, that's how you reach me. You reach me through CHIN and I will respond and we can move forward with whatever it is that you may need. Or if you just want to say hello, I take hellos as well.
Yay, they can say hello to you. They can do everything. So all things CHIN Nashville. You made it really easy for people
Absolutely.
to Very good. Well, listen, I want you to know, anytime you come on Wellness Wednesdays with me, you are officially part of our Wellness Wednesdays family, and you are welcome to come back anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I love the work you're doing, and just keep striving and keep thriving out here.
Absolutely. We're going to share all of your contact information below for our viewers around the world. We want you to like this message, to share this message, even consider sharing this episode of Wellness Wednesdays with your congregation so that they too can meet Kristin Clarkson and hear about the work of CHIN. So stay connected, because they are connecting communities. Until next time, I am Dr. Katherine Y. Brown, your host, and I look forward to continuing these conversations with amazing leaders like Kristin on Wellness Wednesdays. Until next time, have a great day, friends. Bye. Thank you, Kristin. You are absolutely amazing.
This was wonderful.